So how about YouTube cut me off at 14 minutes and 59 seconds? Yeah, bad form YouTube. Bad form. Anyway, so what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted was I'll start like these videos or blogs or whatever, and then randomly somewhere down along the line I'll just kind of forget about them, and it'll be like a huge addiction for a few weeks. I'm gonna be like a total loser camping out on my computer. But then after that, it's just gonna kind of disappear. But I'm really hoping I can keep this up because I've always, I love public speaking and I love theater and all that. But I realized that I've been playing with my hair a lot and scratching my head for like no reason at all. My head doesn't itch, and I honestly don't even realize I'm doing it. I guess it's a nervous habit. I am kind of nervous because I'm looking at this little like black dot about that big and pretending that I'm having a conversation with it. So that's kind of awkward if you can't imagine. Anyway, so I'm gonna do this next suggestion. Um, it's actually, I was really excited about it when I read it and I wanted to make the video right away, but my husband was like, I don't want to be in a video. So I was like, okay, I have to wait for him to go to bed. But in the meantime, I can think about it and get excited. So he's in bed now, obviously. And got to talk about my favorite show of all time, like absolutely above all. Like if it's on, I don't care if I've seen every episode a million times, I'm gonna watch it. The Golden Girls. Um, I started watching this show religiously a few years back. There's just something so comforting about it, and just I don't know, it's just like the perfect way to escape, like at the end of a long day for me. Just come home and watch this four women just, live their lives and just have such an amazing bond. And I'm like, I want my friends and I to be like that when we're older. um I have such respect for like all those women in real life. B. Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty. I actually can't wait to have a little girl because I want to name her. I don't know if I'll name her Estelle, but it'll have Estelle in it. We can call her Ellie. JK can get over it. Right. Um, anyway, so my friend Janelle told me to do this about the Golden Girls. So she is like just as diehard as I am about it, I think, probably even more so. So I had to, mention her, and it's really cool that there's like someone near my age that loves them just as much as I do. It actually, like I used to be fearful of getting old and getting like arthritis and ugly and gray hair and all that junk, but like, it kind of has a redeeming quality to it when you watch that, and just shows you that life doesn't stop after 60. Stuff happens and life gets in the way, but you just overcome it and you make light of the situation. Let's see. My favorite character, Betty White, is like my all time idol. I love her to death. But on that show specifically, I have to say that Estelle Getty's character, Sophia, is my absolute favorite. She's hysterical, and like I hope that I'm like that when I'm older. I know it's kind of like she's kind of blunt and rude and mean, but hey, you're 80, what can you do? So I really love Sophia, and I mean, they all have just such good qualities. If I had to relate to one of them, I mean, I wouldn't. I think everyone relates to all of them just because they're all such polar opposite women. Like you've got Rose, and she's kind of naive, kind of, and I definitely have my moments like that, and I'm kind of oblivious to a lot sometimes. But on the other hand, I am a very logistical, logical person. As I said, logistical. Um, like I try my best to think things through, and like just anything, if I feel strongly about something, I will voice it. I'm usually non confrontational, but when it comes to something like that, um, I'll definitely tell you. Um, I really, honestly, I can't relate myself to Blanche that much. As all of you know, Blanche kind of has the provocative reputation. I mean, I guess we're both Southern, but that's pretty much the only bond that we have. But I mean, I still love the character. I think it's very well put together, and I think it's actually interesting because Betty White and Rue McClanahan were actually switched. Like Betty White was going to play Blanche, and Rue McClanahan was going to play Rose. So it's really interesting to me to think. My head did itch that time. Um, it's really interesting to think that like they could have been playing the different roles, and I can't see it happening at all. Like I think that they're placed perfectly as they were. Um, and then Sophia, I mean, I hope to be like her when I'm old. Um, I guess she's kind of like Dorothy in a way because she just, she is very witty and comical and everything. And but on the other hand, she does watch out for her own, and she's very, like if she sees one of those girls like mess up, she's on it and she's like, hey, you're being stupid. You need to, and I'm kind of like that too. Like if I see someone ruining like one of their personal relationships, I try to intervene in such a way that I'm not like overbearing about it, but I'm still like, okay, you need to act right and make it better because you're hurting their feelings and that's not nice. Of course, Sophia wouldn't put it that way, but that's how I would do it. Um, my favorite episode, I think it's the one where they audition for that play and the director like max on the whole cast and he's basically sleeping with everyone, male, female, whatever. And they find out and they call him out on stage. And there's just something about that episode. I think it's funny. Especially that's the one I think where Blanche, like when she auditions, she's like stuffs her bra and it's like out to here, and then she's like, oh, Biff, and like pulls that to him, and yeah, that's some really original humor, but it's still funny. Then my favorite quote, I don't remember, like Dorothy and Rose went somewhere and they left Blanche to watch Sophia. My favorite quote of all of it is Sophia like closes the door and she turns around and she's like, fasten your seatbelt, slut puppy. And I just like lost it. And then another favorite quote of mine is Rose when she says, I just want to eat Velveeta right out of the box. Because I can totally relate to that sometimes. Maybe not Velveeta because that's gross, but definitely like Ben and Jerry's or something normal-ish. My husband would eat Velveeta out of the box, definitely. He's the one that opens a jar of ragu and like chugs it. But I mean, it's just such a good show, and I'm so glad that it's lived on, even though sadly all but one of the cast members has passed on. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna do when Betty White passes. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, honestly. Like, I will get emotional. Y'all don't make fun of me. Um, I I just love her to death. She reminds me of a more outspoken version of my grandmother, and my grandmother passed on last year. Um, so once she passed on, I feel like God kind of really put Betty White in my life in such a way that I still had like an older grandparent figure to look up to, I guess. Um, and it's not just because she's old. I actually got the opportunity. She came to Chattanooga last year, and I worked my ass off to get to work at that show. The tickets were sold out or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go. And I begged my boss at the time because we had a booth there, and I begged and begged and begged. I was like, listen, I have got to work this. Like, she is my idol. You don't understand. I will like, at least give me off the day, and I will like pay you to let me ride in the van and work off the clock for free to see Betty White. And, you know, luckily I didn't have to do that. Like, I got paid to go see Betty White. And it was like the best day ever. I got like a mani-pedi and bought a dress, and she I don't know why I did that. I think I just wanted an excuse to. But you know, like, I just had so much fun, and I saw Betty's speech, and that's, you know, I just saw so much of my grandma in her, and that's when she really became like more than just a celebrity to me and more than just a talented actress. I kind of saw her that she's a very good person. She's an animal lover like my grandma. Um, they just, she just reminds me a lot of her mannerisms and stuff like that. And it's just very endearing to me to have someone like that, even if she doesn't know me personally. Um, I still look up to her. I always will. And, you know, like, I wish that I had an opportunity when I was younger to see more work from like B. Arthur and Estelle Getty and McClanahan. That's such a hard word to say. McClanahan. Anyway, but I mean, they're very talented women, and it's a shame, you know. But I'm glad that they can live on and rub off on a younger audience, such as myself and Janelle, and all the other ones that watch Golden Girls still and love and enjoy it. Um, I have seasons 1 through 4 on DVD. Um, they were really easy to find, surprisingly. Like, I found 1 and 2 on Amazon for like, I think like $10 a piece, and I bought them. And then I couldn't find seasons 3 and 4 anywhere, and I just had this huge diversity to like going and spending like $30 on, you know, like anywhere under $30, I should have said. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And then I was in Target one day and just walking through the DVD section, and I find seasons 3 and 4 just sitting there together, like in a box set for like $24. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I like grabbed it and sent the picture to JK, and I was like, I'm getting this. I don't care. Like, I'm not asking your permission. Um, and you know, they came on TV every night, so it wasn't like I was like missing anything anyway. But I just like wanted to have them, just have them in my collection. And last summer, Gavin and I, like, I would wake him up and give him his bottle and feed him his breakfast, and we would watch Golden Girls for like the 2.5 hours it was on, while JK was like at basic and stuff. So, you know, like, to this day, if he hears the Golden Girls theme song come on, he automatically perks up and like watches it, and like, I'm like, that's my boy. Um, so that's always a good sign. I might start actually using that song as one of his lullabies. We sing something like "The time has come," the walrus said. It's from Alice in Wonderland. But yeah. So that is my Golden Girl spiel. So thank y'all for being a friend, and thanks for watching this if you have. And Janelle, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I gave you enough credit because you're awesome. Anyway, maybe this will be my last video tonight unless people give me more suggestions. I actually got one about giving a tour of my house. Maybe when we actually have furniture, because as you can see, I'm sitting on the floor right now, which probably isn't a good idea because there's spiders around. But like I said, it's pretty raunchy in here. Like, I can just, like, here's a pool noodle, and then here's a toy, and oh, TMI, but here's a bra. Don't worry, it's nothing, it's not from like anything kinky, it's just out of a bag. But look, it's cute. Yeah, like, there's just so much random stuff everywhere, and here's a sippy cup. But like I said, I'm not a pig. Like, our closets are seriously all stuffed, and I cannot fit any more in there. And I don't, our third bedroom has like ants and stuff in it, and I don't want to put like my clothes in there and deal with fire ants crawling all over me. It's raunchy. But hopefully the exterminator will be here tomorrow to take care of that whole problem. Anyway, keep the questions coming, suggestions, and once we get furniture and I get stuff cleaned up, I'll definitely